see what they're doing.
Every time I say green bean, they just go, there should be. Chris, we love you.
Hello and welcome to Haverford Sports Media. My name is Connor Salveson. I'm joined by Tommy Toohill here in just a couple minutes. Tree Zudi will be joining us. But until now, Tommy, how are we doing tonight? We have a competitive Central League matchup tonight here, Tommy, if you want to talk a little bit more about both of these teams. Obviously, the home team, the Haverford Forwards, 3-0 coming into this one, and the Conestoga Pioneers, 2-1, started the season with a loss over versus Bishop Shanahan, winning 2 straight, and 1 against Garnet Valley, the defending Central League champion. So, Conestoga, the best team that the Forwards have faced so far this season. Yeah, talking a little bit more about that first matchup last year. Obviously, a triple overtime loss for the Fords over at Conestoga High School. That game ended with Marissa Francione's layup there at the end of the third overtime period. And now she's a junior. She's back. She's ready again to try to lead the Pioneers to a victory today. There's a couple other people for Conestoga to look out for tonight, including Katrina Valencia, Ryan Jennings, a huge three-point threat for Conestoga. She is someone that Haverford's defense is going to have to look out for if they want to stay close in this game. And, of course, Janie Preston as well. She is a sophomore, but she can shoot the ball quite well, Tommy. This Conestoga offense has a lot of three-point potential, and that's one thing that Haverford's going to have to keep an eye out on for this evening. Yeah, Haverford just dominating opponents this year, outscoring opponents 165-50. Tommy, that is incredible performance by Haverford High School, and that's something they're not gonna be able to consistently do, but it's something that they need to do if they want to make a deep run in the playoffs this season. Obviously, last year they finished 9th in the district. They finished with a pretty good record, a winning record as they wanted. And not too many losses for the Forwards either. Their starting 5 looking pretty similar to last year's. Hello, and we are back. We apologize for that slight technical error. I'd like to reintroduce my partner here for the pregame show, Tommy Toohill. Tommy, how we doing tonight?
You know, Connor, I'm doing very well. Thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure to be back in the booth with you again, friend. Now I'll tell you what. We were kind of talking a little bit earlier here. I mean, the Fords and the Pioneers here the last couple of years, they've had very tight contests against each other. At least, the first time these two teams played last season, it was a double or triple overtime loss for the Fords. So, these two teams should stack up pretty well together. Haverford playing pretty well on the defensive end, while the Pioneers are actually doing pretty well on the offensive end. Both teams averaging around 50 points a game. Ford's only allowing like 16 and a half, though, so it'll be very interesting to see how this game shapes out.
Yeah, Haverford just absolutely dominating opponents in all three of the games they've played so far. Obviously, we saw Haverford outscoring opponents 165 to 50 so far through these three games. It's a really good offense, just steamrolling opponents. But obviously, Conestoga is not going to be the same result. It's going to be a competitive matchup today, whether or not the Fords want to admit it. This Conestoga defense is going to give the Fords offense a run for their money.
I'm very interested to see how this game goes, Connor, as we almost have the starting lineups and the national anthem being played. I will soon be leaving, but Tree Zudi will be coming on to take the color role. So it was great to be in the booth again with you, Connor, and I'm very excited to watch this game as a spectator and a fan.
It's always a pleasure to have you in the booth here, Tommy. As an analyst and a good friend, it's great to have you here. As we will take a quick pause for starting lineup introductions and the national anthem. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Haverford Sports Media's broadcast of this Central League matchup between the Conestoga Pioneers and the Haverford Fords. I am still joined by Tommy temporarily as Tree is still on his way to get here to Younger Gymnasium for 7 p.m. tip-off. Starts in just a couple of minutes. Referees taking their positions. The teams huddling one last time pregame. And this matchup is about to get underway.
Yeah, Connor, I'm very interested to see how this matchup is going to happen here with Conestoga. Well, the Fords have 3 players that are 6 foot or taller in Molly Carpenter and Ryan and Caroline Dotsey, the sister pair. It'll be interesting to see how sophomore forward Janie Preston, number 34 here for the Pioneers, will match up with the size of the Fords. It'll be interesting to see whether they're going to try to put her on Carpenter to try to take away Carpenter's, ferocity on the boards, or if they're going to try to take her onto one of the Dotseys and maybe try to force some turnovers, maybe against Ryan. We will see. As the beautiful Tree Zudi has finally joined us, so my time will be over, but he is finally coming in as we're getting underway.
Tommy, pleasure to have you. Tree, welcome on to this broadcast. Haverford will take the first tip. Sky Newman up at the top. Screen set there by Caroline. Up top, Molly Carpenter swinging her right elbow. In, back to Dotsey, down low. Foul is drawn for the Fords early in this one. And it'll be Conestoga's ball here. Tree, welcome on. How you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling good today, Connor. How are you?
Doing pretty good, Tree. Pleasure to be back in the booth as the Pioneer offense is back underway. Good move, driving in, pass back out. Fakes the 3, driving in. That's Preston that we talked about. She will be using that drop back in the zone all night tonight. We saw her do it over that win at Garnet Valley. Back up top. Fake it, pass in, left side, no one there. Fords, turnover. Fords offense, back, trying to make something happen, trying to take the first points of the game. Pass cross court to Ryan Dotsey. Up Sky Newman now, covered one-on-one there by Bella Valencia. Ryan Dotsey taking it, looking right to her sister. Passes left side, Newman, pass into Carpenter. Carpenter gets the foul. They'll call a block there on Janie Preston. Carpenter will now go to line to shoot 2.
And that was a good take there by Carpenter, driving it in to the lane, going up fearlessly as she does get hacked and is awarded her 2 free throws. And she makes the first 1-for-1 from the line tonight, giving the Fords their first point of this evening.
One thing I'm most looking forward to this game, Tree, is seeing if the Fords offense can remain dominant, still putting up 50-plus points a game against a good defense like that, as Carpenter's second falls and the Fords take a 2-0 lead. There's Marissa Francione taking this ball up for Conestoga, calling out the shots here, passes left side. Ball movement there, shot by Conestoga off the side of the rim. Sky Newman with the board. Newman taking it up, stopped there.
Already a full court press here, as you can see. First couple of minutes into the game, this will be a tight one.
Eberhardt now dribbling, passing back up. Carpenter's up at the top. Right side corner. Dotsey off the back of the rim there.
Good board.
Huge rebound there for the Fords. That's going to be another key component of tonight's game, is making sure you can get the boards. Obviously, Haverford has the height advantage. As Tommy said pregame, 3 of their players over 6 foot. Conestoga looks to only have 1 player who can really balance that out. As Dotsey's shot goes in, Haverford takes a 4-0 lead early in this one. Conestoga offense has to get something going. Francione passes left side. Jennings dribbles, pulls it from top of the key there. No good off the rim. Rebound by Conestoga. Back left side, driving in.
Good block.
By Anaya Eberhard. That's how you play defense.
What a block.
Haverford. Referees talking, figuring it out. It'll stay with Conestoga. Still great defense there by Haverford, showing what they can do, not allowing anything to happen in the paint. Conestoga dribbling back out. Again, she got caught up there. Here's Jennings. That ball tipped out of bounds by the Fords. Will remain with Conestoga, but again, a defensive stop here for the Fords. Exactly what they need, exactly what they've been doing all year long, just averaging 16 points against per game. Jennings running the point here. Looking left, passes inside.
And they take it up. It will miss. Caroline Dotsie with the rebound as she is running the floor now, bringing the ball up, but gets called for the foul there on Conestoga. Fords will inbound right around half court.
A good defense here right off the inbound by Marissa Francione.
But she steps out of bounds there. Her foot just touching the line as it'll be Ford's ball again.
Again, Haverford has to both teams have to try to limit those errors. You can't be shooting yourself in the foot. You got to make sure that crisp, clean passes are going to win you the game. The ball movement on both sides is going to be such an important factor to this one. Newman, Carpenter calling for it. Eberhardt calling out the shots back up top to Molly Carpenter over Ryan Dotsie for three off the back of the rim. Carpenter almost has the board knocked backwards. It's a pile of humanity. Conestoga comes out with it. Passing way up the court, has it, jump stop, back up top, driving in, easy layup left side, no good off the rim. Haverford rebound, now on the offensive attack. Time of possession, Haverford dominating this game so far. Carpenter driving in, no one covering her, no one steps up, she'll take it herself. Bounces around the rim, Dotsie to Dotsie.
Finds her younger sister.
That sister connection here for the Fords will make it a 6-0 game, 4:38 to go in this first. Francione calling out the shots. Dribbles left, passes inside. It's Janie Preston. Back up to Francione. Back to Preston. Preston covered by three girls there in the paint. Shot by Marissa Francione is good. That's a three for Conestoga. And that'll cut their deficit in half. It's a 6-3 game with 4:12 to go. Haverford back on offense. Newman dribbling right. Looking back up top. There's Carpenter. Back Ryan Dotsie. Left elbow back up top. Carpenter has Sky Newman here in the corner open, but she'll go to Eberhardt instead. Caroline Dotsie calling for it there at the top, trying to set a screen. Carpenter sets it. Eberhardt back. Three for the Fords. No good off the back of the rim. Foul is called on number 34, J.D. Preston. Haverford ball. It'll be Anaya Eberhardt here, inbounding for the Fords. Dotsie setting the screen. Ryan Dotsie running into that corner. Eberhardt's looking all over the place. Conestoga, good defense. Carpenter tries to grab that one. And the referee will signal Conestoga ball. Molly Carpenter just had the last fingertip on that ball before it flew out of bounds. 3:47 to go in this first quarter. Conestoga offense back in control. Francione. Lots of movement down low for the Pioneers. Francione passes inside to Preston. Preston comes back up, passes left side. Dribbling around the top of the key there. Almost pulls that one. Francione passes back. Ball moving here around the whole perimeter. Back up top. Francione, jump shot, floater, good. 6-5 game.
Nice. Good follow through on that shot.
Newman here with 3:11 to go. Passes left side. Ryan Dotsie. Carpenter's wide open in the middle. She'll take 2 steps. Right up, layup, and it's good. 8-5, 3:02 to go. Fords in front as Francione is back, taking command of this Conestoga offense. Newman one-on-one, great defense. Francione passes right side. Bella Valencia is there. Conestoga doing a good job moving the ball. Carpenter is
Good
there
steal. Good awareness by Molly Carpenter.
Conestoga running that full court press. Again, we saw them doing that versus Conestoga, but they also could switch. 3-pointer here for the Fords. Rattles around,
In
no
and
good.
out.
We may see Conestoga switch with like a 1-3-1 with a 3/4 trap almost. We saw them do that at Garnet, and it turned out well for them. As that bucket falls, it's now an 8-6 game, and it is a completely different outlook for the Pioneers. Fords have to get back in control. As we see Conestoga's defense, they're very confident, they're very aggressive, and they're going out with this half-court defense on this man-to-man coverage, and it's working out quite well. Dotsie passes inside, intended for Newman, knocked down by Marissa Francione. Francione going to take it herself, coast to coast, dribbles left, passes back up top. Janie Preston passes that ball right side, dribbles once, driving in, pass back out left side of the court, back up top of the key for Conestoga. This is Katrina Valencia, Bella's sister. Swinging that ball around. Fakes right, goes left, draws contact. Ball is up, and it falls in.
That was a
Conestoga.
nice spin. Good spin off the backboard there. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but
Conestoga takes their first lead of this game. Fords on a slight skid here. Again, Dotsie going inside for Carpenter. That ball tipped up once again by Ryan Jennings. The freshman making plays out here. Jennings passes. Right side, dribbles, back in, left, crosses, corner, 3 for Conestoga, no good. Heavy contact again, this aggressive full-court man-to-man defense where they double up on one side, leaves an open man. Ryan Dotsie takes it himself.
and one!
Ryan Dotsie drawing the contact. The basket goes 10-9 with 1 foul shot for Dotsie. So, Trey, we're just about finished the first quarter here. What are you seeing from both sides, both teams? What can both teams do better moving forward?
Well, I mean, something I do have to commend Conestoga for is compared to all the other teams the Fords have played this season so far, they are definitely leaps and bounds ahead of any other competition the Fords have faced so far. They are by far more talented, more well-oiled machine. They play with much more confidence, much more aggression, and this is by far the toughest opponent the Fords have played so far this season. This will definitely put their skill, put their team and their entire unit, their coaching staff to the test to see if they can pull out a win here. But something I do like about the Fords is that they are also matching the aggression from Conestoga here in the first quarter. They are not scared, as we've seen a lot of powerful and impactful drives in the paint as, for example, Caroline Dotsie right there. She bangs inside the post and gets up a shot. And we've seen the younger Dotsies and one take just, a minute ago? Not even a minute ago, a few seconds ago. And the Fords are doing well to match the aggression of Conestoga, and this is just, promising to be an interesting one.
Yeah, as you said, this is Haverford's biggest test of the season. Back, Ryan Dotsie. Good pass there by Carpenter. Dotsie goes back up top for Newman. They have 21 seconds here in the first quarter to make something happen. Eberhardt. Ryan Dotsie runs in over towards her sister. Molly Carpenter has it. Passes inside. Caroline Dotsie is there. And the University of Maine commit puts it in for 2 more for Haverford. Foul called here at midcourt by Sky Newman. It's 14-9 with 7 to go.
And that right there was just great court vision and great eye there by Molly Carpenter, using her 6-foot frame to view over the defenders and find her teammate right down low for an easy shot.
6 seconds. Conestoga's offense is going to try to have one last shot. 3-2 blocked
Stop.
at the top of the key by the Fords. .1 of a second shot is up. No good. First quarter wraps up. Haverford 14, Conestoga 9. Tree. Overall, Haverford's offense there started the game hot, took a 2 or 3 minute, sort of declined in their scoring there. Conestoga's defense, this aggressive, confident, full court defense, that's going to be something that Haverford's going to have to keep an eye out on.
Yeah, and I mean, basketball here is a game of runs essentially. You can't be hot, you can't be cold all the time. It changes off. One team makes a run for 2-3 minutes, and the other team, they make a run of their own, and it's just keeping track of that and being able to, be able to go on those runs, be able to go on those scoring ones for 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes at a time. And I think if you do that consistently, that'll definitely be the winning factor here in this game.
Right, and now as we are heading into the second quarter, let's do a quick spotlight on the center here for the Fords. Molly Carpenter, Trey, take it away.
All right. Molly Carpenter here, dressed in number 33, is committed to Catholic University. She's a senior, and she is standing at a very tall 6'3". She's a starting center here for the Fords. Her favorite basketball memory, she says, is anytime Mara Doherty did the gritty. Her favorite movie is Project X. Her favorite food is chicken sandwiches, specifically from Popeyes, which, by the way, is the best chicken sandwich. You guys can fight me on that. Her guilty pleasure song is Lemonade by Don Tolliver. Her favorite class is criminal justice. her favorite thing about basketball is the moments after when she's also a varsity soccer captain as well. She also does shot put for the track team.
Overall, great athlete, great person. Molly Carpenter, again, committed to Catholic University to continue her basketball and academic career. As we got an update over the varsity boys, leading 12-2 over at Conestoga High School. That is a big game for the boys as they look to continue their good season as well. Conestoga's varsity boys is a great team. So Haverford with a big 10-point lead with a minute and a half left in the first quarter. But we're all eyes focused right here as Conestoga's girls are trying to take the lead back once more. Slow and steady around the key here, trying to make something happen. Marciene cuts back left, up, good left hand.
Good Euro
leg.
step there as well. Good footwork there by the Pioneers.
See, Ford still have the same five out there. Eberhardt gets that ball bobbled, but she will just regain possession, put it right back up. Ford's lead 16-11, 7 to go in this first half. Again, Francione calling the shots here for Conestoga. Passes left side wide open in the corner off the front of the rim. Number 4, Ruth Langowetz. Ford's taking herself. Ryan Dotsie tries to put that one up. Carpenter gets the foul. Conestoga's going to be running into foul trouble shortly here. Again, we got to talk about the bonus after 7 fouls. But it'll be a shooting foul for Carpenter. The team's 6. So again, one more. And it'll go to a 1-1. So that's something to keep in mind. A huge advantage for either team. But in this case, it's favoring Haverford. Carpenter's first falls. It's a 17-11 game. Substitutions made here on the court. You see Janie Preston check out for Conestoga, and number 33, junior Isabella Valencia, check in for the Pioneers.
And for the Fords, starting point guard Sky Newman takes a seat as the number 1 6th man. Maya Foley comes on. She's definitely a defensive presence, as we've seen in the past couple of games for the Fords, locking up already, as you can see. She gets a lot of steals, a lot of rebounds, pass first type of girl, and see what she can do out here.
Carpenter's second foul shot fell. It's 18-11. Fords in front. Good move here by Conestoga. Back up top. Wide open in the corner. Overshot there by Ruth Landuette. But the Pioneers regain offensive possession. Fakes right. Francione passes back in the corner, driving in. Ryan Dotsie's there. Caroline Dotsie now. The Dotsie's controlling that left side of the court defensively. Valencia passes left to her sister, Katrina. Now driving in again. Again, the Valencia sisters are another duo to look forward to. They pass the ball to each other a lot. Seems like they have a sort of dynamic duo working. But the ball movement here by Conestoga is looking good. Very positive. Wide open in the corner. Once again, Conestoga 3, and it falls. 18-14. Again, this is the closest match that we've seen Haverford play so far this season. Again, they're averaging just 16 points against per game this season. Conestoga's offense has put up 14, and there's still 5.5 minutes to go in this half. Ryan Dotsie back up top to Anaya Eberhardt. Eberhardt calling out the shots. Dottie fakes inside, keeps herself up top to the Catholic commit. There's Foley. Foley dribbles left at the top of the key. Back to Carpenter. Carpenter to Caroline Dotsie. Eberhardt 3 off the side of the rim. Good board by Foley. Back inside Caroline Dotsie, and the main commit goes up, and another one falls for the Ford.
That's what I'm saying. That vision, that pass-first mentality by Maya Foley there for full display as she hustles for the board and is able to find Caroline Dotsie down low for the nice, easy dish.
Good spin move by Conestoga, just short. Could not finish, but a good move there. Had the defenders broke. Carpenter wide open. That'll be up for 2 for Haverford once again. Timeout called here by Conestoga. It's a 22-14 game. 4:29 to go in the second quarter. 4:27 to go here in this second quarter. Conestoga's offense back out there. Something to note. Janie Preston, 3 fouls already. She's running into foul trouble early in this one. 5 fouls, and you are out. You foul out at 5 here at high school level.
Another steal there for Carpenter. It's her second steal of the game. Maya Foley gets called for the travel there as the press by Conestoga works to fruition as they regain possession.
Yep, that's that full court man defense that we've talked about all day. Tree. Something that the Ford's going to have to get around if they want to continue to dominate this game as they have the past 3 minutes or so. Stoga making something happen here. That's Ruth Lanuette, firing way across the court. Tipped up by Eberhardt. Francione is there. Passes right corner. Maggie Neary, freshman, checked in for Conestoga. Good layup there by the Pioneers. Does not fall. And Molly Carpenter gets the board. Passes Anaya Eberhardt up fully to Dotsie. Dotsie right back to her younger sister off the backboard. No good. Caroline Dotsie board up, and it's good.
That's a power move right there.
Fords go up 10. It's 24-14 with 3:20 to go. They're going to call a walk there on Maggie Neary, and Haverford's offense once again, more subs. .22 to go in this first half. Still a lot of basketball to be played. But early on, Haverford seems to be dominating once again. Ryan Dotsie takes it herself. They're going to call the foul there on Dotsie. Trying to go for the ball. Gets called for the bear hug. Stoga's offense back in control. They're going to have to score something soon if they want to sort of get back in the flow of things. They got to get momentum back by halftime because you can't go into halftime trailing more than 12 against this Haverford team. They're just too talented, and you're not going to be able to regain that. Pass back out. That is Ariana LePage, Jr., who checked in for Conestoga. They're going to call the travel once again. Again, turnovers are going to kill you on both sides. That is not. That was the 3rd or 4th travel we've seen today. But Ariel LePage there for Conestoga attempting to make something happen. Sky Newman driving up that right side pass. Foley in to Ryan Dotsie. Ryan Dotsie takes it herself. Foul is called on Conestoga. Dotsie will go to the line for 2.
And the younger Dotsie here has definitely been very active throughout this game as she's been able to tack on a decent amount of points to the Ford's lead right now. And she's been very active inside the paint alongside her older sister as well as they both grab rebounds, make hustle plays, put up shots, and make them.
Her first falls, It's a 25-14 game. As Natalie Wright checks in for Haverford, Molly Carpenter will take a seat, catch her breath. Different 5 out there than we saw starting the game. We'll see with Ryan Dotsie. Her second goes. It's 26-14. Haverford leads by 12. 2:30 to go in the second quarter. Conestoga struggling to get anything going on offense. Marissa Francione. Left quarter. That's Maggie Neary. Neary passes back up top of the key. Francione. Francione back there just swinging the ball up and down the court here. Tries to do a spin move. That is Bella Valencia. LePage passes to Valencia. Valencia covered one-on-one by Caroline Dotsie. She has nowhere to go. She's going to try to go inside. She's going to get it. Tries to pass it to LePage in the corner. LePage will take it herself. Foley will go up, and LePage will get the foul call that she wanted. That's Foley's first foul of the day as LePage goes to the line to shoot 2. First one falls. It's 26-15 here at Younger Gymnasium. Still a lot of basketball to be played. More substitutions made here. LePage to make it a 10-point game, and she will. Haverford still with a big enough lead here that they can ride into halftime fairly confident. But Conestoga is equally happy as how they're playing. Excuse me. They're doing a pretty good job against what could be one of the best offenses in the district. Haverford currently ranked 7th in the district. Eberhardt tripped up there. Francione will pick up the ball, take it herself, coast to coast, off the backboard. A good lay there, and that'll cut their lead. Again, just a couple of those, and they're right back in this game. They have to stop the Fords offense. Newman up from behind the backboard there. That's going to be knocked out by Conestoga. Remains with the Fords. Eberhardt inbounds this one straight to Ryan Dotsie. Dotsie fakes it, drives in. Rattled around a couple times. Her sister gets the board and puts it in. 28-18, Ford still up by 10. Conestoga, that is a good piece of good execution there, I should say, by Ryan Jennings. Up and down the court herself, 50 seconds to go. Haverford leads by 8, 49 seconds and counting. Eberhardt. Fords can't be too quick to make something happen here, or else you're going to force a turnover just like that. Bella Valencia taking it herself, going left corner. Swings it back up top, didn't commit. LePage for 3, off the back of the rim.
Wide open, but she gets her own rebound.
LePage follows her shot just like they teach you in the fundamental textbook basketball. They're going to call
Charging
Newman
foul.
for the charge. You don't typically see that call.
Definitely.
High school basketball, but Conestoga's going to get it. They have 26 seconds to cut this deficit a little bit more. 26.7 seconds to go in this half. Marissa Francione. Looks like they're going to be playing for last shot here. They're not going to try to force anything like we just saw Haverford do. You got to take your time. Set your screens, create the open space. Good ball movement, execute when you have an open shot. It's important for any team, but especially this Conestoga team, which has struggled the past couple minutes. 7 seconds, nothing's there. Carpenter, good defense. LePage back up top. Valencia 3, and it falls as time expires here in the half. Conestoga just trailing by 5 points, 28-23. A huge three-pointer by Isabella Valencia at the end of the half puts this into a completely different outlook going into the second half. Tree, how are we feeling both these teams going into the second half of this game?
Before I answer your question there, Connor, I just have something very quickly to mention here. For those of you that are interested in the boys team and how they're faring against Conestoga's boys team, they are currently leading 18-13 in the second quarter with just under 4 minutes left of play in the first half. And to answer your question, I think right there, this has been the closest game the Fords have yet to play this year. This is the only time I've seen the Fords not be up double digits, be up 20, 30 points even by halftime. This is proving to be by far their most challenging opponent. And I just have to shout out the Conestoga coaching staff and their own players. As we saw in the last what was it, 2 minutes, they look like a completely different team right there than we've seen earlier. They've been a lot more aggressive. They've been forcing, 2 or 3 turnovers right there. They've been hustling on the boards, getting a lot of rebounds, offensive rebounds especially. And, that's the kind of play you want from your players as a coach. That's the kind of play that will win you games. And although the Fords do have the lead here, I will say I did kind of sense a momentum shift there. We'll see if that gets broken up by the halftime here, but
absolutely, Tree.
Yeah.
Those last minute and a half, 2 minutes there, Conestoga just took full control of that game. Again, we just want to talk about that three-pointer there at the end of the half by Isabella Valencia. That's something that could change the course of the game, score-wise, but also mentality-wise. They're going to the second half knowing that they cut that lead from 10 to 5 in the span of 2.5 minutes. Haverford has only let up 50 points in the 3 games they've played. That's 16 points average. Conestoga is halfway to 50, almost halfway to 50 in this first half alone. So by far the best team that Haverford has fared up against this season. Important to note and keep in mind as Coach Pelicane and the rest of the forwards coaching staff has to keep in mind is that they have the lead right now. They're playing good basketball, but there's a lot of room for potential, a lot of room for growth as we have the pep band playing, hyping up the student section over there. And it's going to be a good second half, Trey. You know, because Conestoga is going to come out hungry. They're going to be ready. Their mindset, their mentality here in this second half is going to be 3 points. At least to get the lead back. We saw them only have one lead so far today. They're going to be quick with the 3 points. And then Haverford just has to work down low, work in the paint. We saw this zone defense here that when Conestoga doesn't work with the half-court aggressive man-on-man, they shift back into this zone defense here. It leaves Dotsy, it leaves Carpenter wide open in the paint. That's when they've been executing. They're drawing fouls. Haverford's probably about 60% or so from the foul line today. So they can get that number up. Haverford is in position to win this game just as much as Conestoga is.
Yep. I mean, again, I have to stress free throws here. They're called free throws for a reason. They are about the most ideal of a shot you can get. You are wide open, have all the time you have in the world to make 2 shots, or 2 or 3 or 1, depending on the play beforehand and how the foul was called. But again, I have to stress the importance of making free throws. Free throws can definitely be a game changer here for both teams.
Yeah, that's one of the things that can, again, change the outlook of a game, change the outcome of a game. Is you could win a game by 1-2 points. Those 3 missed foul shots, that's something that can lose you a game, but also something that can win you a game. As we have 6 minutes and 17 seconds here left in halftime, Connor Salvis and Tree Zudi will take a short break and get back to you guys soon. Hello and welcome back to Haverford Sports Media once again. My name is Connor Salveson. I'm joined here by Tree Zudi, and we are excited to bring you the second half coverage of this Central League matchup. Tree, preview the first half a little bit there for the viewers in case they are just now joining us. It is currently 28-23. Forwards lead by 5.
Well, I'm going to keep it short and simple here. First half has definitely been a very tight ball game. Both teams showing their full capabilities. Both teams showing their teeth both on offense and defense. Hence why this is such a closely contested game at just a 5-point margin in between the Fords and Conestoga. And like I said, both teams have been operating and firing on full cylinders, and let's just hope to see more of that here in the second half.
Yeah, it's a very competitive game on both sides. As Caroline Dottie takes herself, draws the foul. The bucket does not go, but she'll go to the line. Something that we just talked about there at the end of the first half was how imperative making these foul shots is going to be to the final outcome of this game. As we'll see if Caroline Dottie can make these fall and make it a bit of a bigger lead here for the Forward. She'll get the first one. Now, something important to note here for Conestoga. You look across the court. They have 2 players on their bench, 3 players on their bench. The depth here, you look at Haverford, they have an entire, second, even third shift out there as Dottie's second drops in. Ford's lead expands to 7, but Conestoga has little to no depth. A lot of these players just played the JV game before this, and now they have to go out here and play another long game versus even better players. So these girls got to be tired at this point. Something to keep in mind is that a lot of these players just played a full game. No depth. They have no backups behind them. That ball will go out on Haverford. It'll stay with Conestoga.
And as we're talking about depth here, something that can definitely limit the depth of your bench and how many players you're going to have on the court at one time is foul trouble very early on in the game. We see that here with number 34, Janie Preston, for Conestoga, as she amassed already 4 fouls in only the first half. And for those of you wondering, it's 5 fouls, then you're out for the rest of the game. So Coach definitely has to keep a close eye on her, and she also has to watch herself on the court so she doesn't pick up the last unnecessary foul.
Yup, as a coach, it's something you got to keep in mind. Again, she's one of your top players. As a freshman, she's out there being one of your top guys on varsity. 3-pointer by Conestoga, no good, tipped out there by Francione, and it'll be Haverford ball, but one of your top players, the one with the most size, the one that's competing with Carpenter, with the Dotsies, the one that's, the only one that can really compete, the only one that can stay, make this a close game. She's in foul trouble. You have to keep in mind, you want her out there, but you can't have her fouling out. 3-pointer here by Conestoga, and it's good. Marissa Francione, the killer last year, who made that final layup at the buzzer to beat Haverford.
But she does miss the shot there, though. But she does get her own rebound.
Haverford swinging it around the key. Eberhardt 3, front rim, no good. Carpenter board right up. Ryan Dotsie fouled in the paint by Isabella Valencia. Had that huge 3-pointer there at the end of the first half. But she will foul Ryan Dotsie, and Dotsie will go to the line to shoot 2. Ford's only up 4 again. Haverford's only given up 50 points this entire season. Right now, Conestoga has 26. Dotsie's first shot does not go. Substitutions here for Haverford. The 6th man here for the Fords. Checking in, Maya Foley, as Eberhardt checks out. With 6:15 to go, Dotsie's second. And it's good. Conestoga offense aggressive here right away off the inbound, driving it up the floor. Francione calling the shots. Making something happen, passes right to Valencia. LePage is to her right. She'll go left side back to Francione. He'll go left-hand layup, no good. Caroline Dotsie gets the board, passes to her younger sister, Ryan Dotsie taking it. Stopped at half court, back across the middle of the court there to Caroline Dotsie, over to Foley. Sky Newman, Ford's offense reset, 5:45 to go. Newman taking it left side, up, And it's good. That is great ball movement by Haverford.
That is a very gritty, very tough take there by Sky Newman. I have to shout that out. Very fearless attack. Goes to show why she is one of the leaders on the team.
Yeah, Haverford's confidence, you can just tell it's flowing. They're very confident, very competent with where they're at in this game right now. Bella Valencia tripped up there trying to take it in. No fouls called. Ryan Dotsie pass. Look at this ball movement here by Haverford. Almost had something. The ball will stay in Haverford's possession, but they could have had something special going on right there. Inbound for Haverford. Ryan Dotsie. Back to Maya Foley. Foley dribbles. Moving left. They're going to call the foul there on Conestoga. Could have been called a travel, but they'll call it a reach by LePage. Dotsie gets the inbound. Dotsie slowing her roll, taking her time. They're going to call that, and it'll be Conestoga ball. Again, turnovers can hurt you, especially when you're only up 7 points. They're going to call the offensive foul there on Dotsie. Dotsie's going to be getting into foul trouble shortly. I believe she's at 2 or 3 now in this matchup. Katrina Valencia with the ball. Passes to her sister. Good pass inside. Back up to Francione. Back up top to LePage. Off the back of the rim. Caroline Dotsie gets the board. Foley over to Ryan Dotsie. Contact at half court. Taking it herself. Ryan Dotsie draws the contact. They're going to call the charge. That is a call that could go either way, but this time the Pioneers will get the advantage.
That was a very fast-moving, very chaotic little run there for both teams.
Timeout called by Coach Pelicane as Conestoga trailing by 7 with 4:33 to go. Tree, if you were the coach of Conestoga right now, what's one thing you're telling the team? You said, what's one key to victory we have to improve on to go out there and win? What is it?
I mean, definitely is keeping up that defense and keeping up the grit and grind and willingness to get physical and take these like hard-moving, full-on force charging fouls, to draw those. As we've seen throughout the game, they've had a couple of those. I think that's big for them, as well as being able to, like we saw earlier, even in the first couple of minutes of the second half, getting a lot of hands, getting a lot of tips on those passes by the forwards, getting just that nitty-gritty, doing everything on defense. That'll be something that'll be key for them if they want to win this game.
Yup, that's exactly right. I'm sure that's what they were saying, talking about on the bench over there. LePage wide open on the right elbow. She'll get the pass that she was calling for. She'll drive in back, left corner, driving in once again. Contact there. Woman is down for Conestoga. LePage still moving around. LePage will get it. Ariel LePage back up top. Valencia, another three, and it's good. Valencia, her second of the day, and that makes it a 33-29 game. Molly Carpenter up top. Foley now going to take control. 3:57 to go. LePage skiing side to side over Sky Newman. Newman back up top to Carpenter. Carpenter slowing it down. Newman and Carpenter just playing a hot potato here, back and forth. Screen there by Caroline. Dotsie pass inside right to Dotsie. That's a great pick and roll. That's textbook basketball up to Francione. Marissa Francione crossing way over the court. Three-pointer fake there. Nice little jump shot by Conestoga, and it falls. That's Katrina Valencia after her sister's huge three-pointer. Katrina will make it a 2-point game with 3:22 to go. It's 33-31. The Fords in front. Tree, we're going to be in for a treat here in the final 12 minutes or so. Dotsie tries to go right back up with it, but Bella Valencia is there for the board, and this could be the possession that ties the game for Conestoga or gives them the lead. We'll see what they do. LePage running the point. Passes to her left, covered one-on-one. Dotsie arms spread out wide. Newman here one-on-one with Katrina Valencia. Good step back by Francione, no good. Good board by LePage. LePage back up top. Francione going to do it herself. Take a left-hand layup. No good. Caroline Dotsie with the board. 2:39 to go. Haverford still leads by 2. Contact there. They're going to call a travel on Caroline Dotsie. Molly Carpenter questioning the call. But that is huge momentum for Conestoga. Haverford had a fast break, but Dotsie's going to get called for the walk. Maya Foley will check out. Eberhardt back in. Another chaotic turn of events as Conestoga has another shot to tie this game up. Again, they just got to take their time. They can't force anything. There's no need to. You're within 2. You can go into the fourth with a 2-4 point deficit. You can be trailing by just a couple possessions going into the fourth, and they did good jobs, cutting this deficit from the half. Slowing it down, just as I said. Conestoga's offense pioneers out there. Deep 3 by Conestoga, front rim. Tipped around. Francione gets her own board, rattles around. Ryan Dotsie with the board here. Marissa Francione struggling, and they're going to call another travel for Haverford.
Oh, my goodness. These turnovers are killing them.
The Fords continuing to shoot themselves in the foot with these travels. Conestoga's offense, luckily for the Fords, not executing at all. But Haverford has to figure it out. Marissa Francione. Passes right side. Ruth Lanouette is back in. Lanouette back over left side. Francione goes to Ryan Jennings. Jennings over back to Lanouette off the front of the rim. Board there by Francione. Back up, no foul. She gets her own board blocked, and they're going to call a foul there on Caroline Dotsie. Her arms straight up and down. A questionable call here by the referees. But it'll be 1:45 to go. And if she can make both of these, it'll be a tie game. Tree, we are in for a treat.
Dude, I don't even know what to say here. I mean, the Fords have seemingly crumbled in this second half. I mean, as I hate to say it, Conestoga here is on the verge of erasing a 5-point deficit, 10 points at one point in the game. It's about to be tied up here with this free throw if it falls, and which it does. So now we have ourselves a tie game.
And just like this, it's a 10-minute ball game, Tree. Both these teams got to start back at plan A, go back to ground zero. We got a minute and a half here and then 8 minutes left in that fourth quarter, and that's it. That's the ball game. So now it's a completely different outlook. Ford's got to go back to what's working, and that's being in the paint. Good defense here by Ryan Jennings. It'll remain with the Fords.
I mean, it's all these little girls for Conestoga. I mean, the Fords have the clear height advantage, but on the offensive glass, they're just able to get there and creep in those tiny crevices, I guess, and get their own offensive rebounds as a good pass is made there. Beautiful basketball and good pass by Sky Newman to the cutting Eberhardt as she lays it up for an easy layup.
That's fundamental ball movement, getting the ball to the open man, getting the shot, not forcing anything. Fords back up 2 with 1:09 to go. Here's Katrina Valencia looking left side. She has LePage right there through the hands of LePage. That'll go back court, out of bounds. Fords ball, turnover here by Conestoga. Could be a blessing in disguise for Haverford. .59 seconds to go. Sky Newman crosses half court. Beautiful move. LePage is there, gets tripped up over Molly Carpenter, left side. Anaya Eberhardt, man coverage there. Right up, and it falls.
There you go.
45 seconds. Fords lead 37-33. LePage taking the ball up slowly, but with a mission, and these girls are playing with passion here for Conestoga. 34 seconds of counting. LePage back with the ball, cuts right, tries to get past Eberhardt. A good move here by Francione, right up, no good. A good move there, but you could not execute. They'll get the board.
This is what I'm saying. They're getting offensive rebounds.
Especially with the height disadvantage they have.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
It's shocking, really, to me, to see
baffling.
how dominant they've been in the paint. Dotsie goes up, no good, 11 seconds. LePage to Jennings. Right up the sideline. Francione's going to take it herself. Left-hand layup, no good. Eberhardt's going to have 2. She's going to heave up a half-court shot, no good. Haverford's going to lead 4 here, going into the final 8 minutes of play, Tree.
I mean, there's a lot of things to unpack here. First of all, I do want to address some of the visible frustration on the forwards. I think when that happens, that is really not a good sign of where the team is headed. It's important to know that, first of all, this game is a team sport. Basketball is a team sport. You have 4 other girls out there with you on the court at the same time. It's a team effort. And when you get mad at each other, when you make faces or groan or whatever it is, when you get frustrated with your teammates, that's where stuff starts going downhill. Because when chemistry falls apart, offense doesn't work, people don't communicate on defense, defense falls apart, and boom, you find yourself losing the game.
Right, but still, not to go unnoticed is there's still the desire to go out there and win the game.
Yes.
We saw Conestoga make that 5-8 point comeback there. They were trailing by 11-12 at one point during this game. All of a sudden, they tie this game up. Forwards back up in front by 2 possessions. So it's something to keep in mind. And
then also something that I imagine Coach Pell was talking over with her girls is, for a fact that they've been full court pressing since the beginning of the game. And when you grab the board and you're out running back to go play offense again, you have to first of all, as the person with the ball, realize that they are going to press, that there's going to be people, that there's going to be bodies in front of you, and you have to make the conscious decisions of not just putting your head down and dribbling in that general direction. You have to keep your head up on a swivel, look around, and then also to your teammates, you have to again realize that your teammate is in trouble as Conestoga puts up 2 more points there. It is now a 2-point lead for the Fords.
That was just a fundamental pick and roll. That was a beautiful pass by LePage right inside.
Yeah, and
Bella Valencia, and she took full advantage of the weak zone defense that the Fords have been running here. They got to figure it out.
Yeah, and again, coming back to that full court press and how to handle it, you as in the 4 other people on the court who don't have the ball have to make yourself open and keep in mind that the ball isn't just going to magically appear on the other side of the court. It's going to be a passing game because they're pressing full court.
Francione dribbling right, going straight back up to the top of the key. Pass inside to Valencia. Valencia passes over, fires out on left side. LePage back inside, good pass. Back up top to Bella Valencia. Valencia left-hand layup, no good off the rim. Same team here. Maggie Neary gets it back up top of the key. Francione slowing it down, 6:49 to go. Haverford leads by 2. Francione calling out the shots. Maggie Neary cutting inside. Bella Valencia's here. Ryan Jennings, good defense by Ryan Dotsey. Jennings pulling it, gets the pass, and they're going to call it there. It'll be an inbound here from the side. It'll be called on Ryan Dotsey. That's her 3rd of the day. 6:30 to go. Foul trouble is something we got to keep in mind here, especially as it's a close game. Coaches want their best players out there, but they know they have to be cautious of the foul problems. LePage. Again, good pick and roll action here. Valencia somehow still keeps possession. Molly Carpenter gets in the way, and they'll call the timeout before anything else can happen. That's a Conestoga timeout. Signaled, 6:19 to go. Fords lead by 2.
And that over-the-top pass there was just mere inches away from Carpenter. Very, very well placed jump there. Very well placed jump. Very good awareness. But the ball was just barely out of reach there, as she could have possibly tipped out or pulled it down and sent it the other way.
Yep, absolutely, Tree. It's going to be really interesting to see how both of these teams change their game plan. It's a six-minute game now. Conestoga's got to tie the game up right here. And then you got 6 minutes to take the lead. This is what it's all about, Tree. High school sports at its finest, 2 competitive teams fighting for the top of the league. It'll be really interesting to see how this one plays out. And we are back once again for the final 6:19 to go in this game. Tree, I'm pleased to be back in the booth, but I could not ask for a better game to broadcast than this.
I know. I'm loving this. I might sound frustrated at times, but I'm honestly loving this.
That will do it. They're going to get that. Again, Dotsie clearly upset. Her hands are straight up and down.
Oh, Lord.
But you can't argue with the officials' calls here. Stoga will go to the line. Again, these two go in. It's a 6-minute ball game if she can make both of these. This is number 13, Ryan Jennings, shooting here. Student section here at Younger Gymnasium. Loud and proud here, trying to mess with Conestoga, and it works. She'll miss both of her foul shots.
Thompson Tuhill is the heart and soul of Ford's girls basketball student section.
Thompson Tuhill carrying the student section. Shout out Thompson Tuhill here, making things happen here for the Fords.
Oh, Lord.
6 minutes to go. Ford's
Getting
still
tight.
up by 2. Trey, this is going to be a nail-biter to the finish. I could just tell. 2 Conestoga girls here in this right corner. Passing left. A little end-around action here. Talk about Thompson Tuhill, football team. Won the Turkey Bowl, in case you missed that. Bringing the trophy, the Ranieri Trophy, back to the halls of Haverford High, taking it from Upper Darby. But we're focused up here. Conestoga taking their grand old time. Left elbow here. Driving in, Valencia. Wide open in the corner for Maggie Neary. Neary back up top to Valencia. Look at this ball movement by Conestoga, taking their time, not forcing anything. There's no shot clock. They don't have to force anything.
Good defense by the Fords here, making them take all this time. It's been 30 seconds here with the ball. Great lockdown defense.
Yep. This is good on both sides. Conestoga's taking their time. Haverford's doing what they need to do. Ryan Dotsey. Beautiful stuff here by the Fords defense. Now it's Molly Carpenter in the Fords time to slow it down, take control of this game. 4:50 to go. Haverford up 2. If you're just now joining us, it's been a shootout for the past 8 minutes or so. But Haverford led by as much as 12 at one point. Pass just over the hands of Dotsey. And Stoga's offense back at it once again.
Tough turnover there, tough turnover.
Francione has not sat yet today. She's played all of this game so far. Important to keep in mind, Francione. Keep that name in mind. She's the dagger for the loss last season. And so far played a pretty big part in their win today. Jennings right up, no good, rattles around the rim a couple times.
Good board.
Carpenter gets the board. That's exactly what you need to do. Now if you're the Fords offense, slow your roll. Take it slow, and you'll be all right. Dotsey from 3. Timeout called on the Haverford sideline. We'll take a quick break here as we're nearing 4 minutes to play.
Sky Newman here with the ball, bringing it up for the Fords. with just under 4 minutes remaining. Fords lead 37-35. This is quite the ball game. As the ref does call a foul in favor of the Fords here, it'll be an inbound play right along the baseline.
Haverford got together there during the break, the timeout, I should say. Saying, you got 3.5, you got almost a little less than 4 minutes, excuse me. We're up by 2. We just have to control the game. Just can't go down. That's all we have to do. We have the lead, but turnovers is one thing that we cannot do, but they continue to shoot themselves in the foot throughout this game.
All right.
Francione. Left side. Ryan Jennings there, back up top to Katrina Valencia. Jennings, the only real height here for the Conestoga offense. I'm not sure why she's not playing down low. Bella Valencia for 3.
Oh, my goodness.
All
my
of
goodness.
a sudden, Tree, the Conestoga Pioneers have a lead late in this game. Conestoga's had 1 or 2 leads the entire game, and now they're up 1 with 3:13 to go. Bella Valencia, she is clutch with these 3-pointers. We saw her do it at the end of the first half to put it within 5, and she's done it again to put Conestoga on top. It's 3 minutes to go.
Hey.
It's going to be a good final couple minutes here. Tree Haverford has to take their time.
3 minutes is plenty of time. You have plenty of time to put up points.
More than enough time, Tree.
Key factor is to just keep calm and cool and not make any unnecessary mistakes.
Carpenter tries to put that one in. No good. Now Conestoga, what they have to switch up their line here. They got to slow things down. I'm sure that's what the coach here is going to tell them, as that's a Conestoga Pioneer timeout.
And quick update from the boys game over at Conestoga. Boys are currently up 36-28 with just about 4.5 minutes left in the final quarter of play. Over there, it's also a very interesting game. And let's come back here to the girls as Conestoga has possession of the ball.
2:30, they just got to command the game. Tree, I said him all game long, but now they're in full control. They control their own destiny. They could pass the ball around the key for the last 2 minutes, and this game's over. They have the lead. They have all of the momentum.
Yes! Good steal! Finish! Yes! Yes! 39-38! Go Fords!
Haverford back in front here at Younger Gymnasium. 2:02 to go. Tree,
Anaya Eberhardt.
this is a ball game. Tree,
Clutch.
they're going to call the foul there.
Oh, my goodness.
Come on. That's very questionable. They're going to get a inbound here from the from the left sideline, but
Anaya Eberhardt making big plays, both on offense and defense, getting the steal and getting the finish. On the other hand, putting the Fords up by 1 point with just about 1 minute and 50 seconds left to play in this game.
1:52. We'll see what Conestoga come up with now. Haverford, all the momentum on their side. It's going to be a switching back and forth. This lead is just fluctuating here in the last 3 minutes or so. Good defense here by Haverford. You got to watch Valencia. She's made multiple clutch three-pointers so far today. She will not hesitate to do it again. That was a terrible pass there, intended left side.
Good
to
defense, Fords.
Ryan
Good
Jennings.
defense by the Fords right there. Forcing that turnover. They have the possession with just about a minute and a half left to play here.
1:28 to go. Ryan Dotson.
And the full court press. We've seen here again. Referee calls a foul.
They're going to call that, I'm guessing, on Ryan Jennings. And if so, she's going to be in foul trouble. Conestoga's coach here clearly not happy with that call. We got 1:23 left here in regulation at Younger Gymnasium. Sky Newman with the ball. top of the key, covered. One-on-one. Swinging left side, Caroline Dotsie, top of the key. Again, Ford's up by 1. Conestoga's defense has to step up. But again, even if Ford's going to lay up here, Molly Carpenter's going to take it. Pump fakes. Newman, right elbow. She's going to take it up a minute. All they have to do is control the game.
1 minute left.
1 minute left in regulation. Eberhardt now with the ball. They got to foul at some point. Otherwise, Haverford's just going to hold the ball and win the game. They're going to play phenomenal defense here.
They call a jump ball.
Jump, and it'll go.
Ball goes to the Fords, yes.
All right, again, but if they can cause another jump ball, Conestoga's offense will have one last shot at a miracle. Timeout called by Coach Pelicade. 45 seconds. Haverford has the offense here. Offensive attack. What's your plan if you're Haverford? You're passing the ball around. Are you trying to stick a 3 up there and go up 2 possessions? What are you doing?
At this point, I will not attempt if I were the Fords. Or wait, did you say Conestoga or the Fords?
You're the Fords. What do you do to take a full command and close this game out with 45 seconds to go?
If I were the Fords, I would not attempt a shot unless it's wide open as daylight. If I do not have all the daylight in the world, I will not take the shot. Otherwise, I would play keep away and just kill time and eventually force them to foul me. Hopefully it'll be in the hands of a good foul shooter, and I believe all the girls that are on the court are able to knock down clutch free throws. So, like I said, kill time, force them to foul. Hopefully, get some of their guys in, get them their final foul, as a few girls here are in foul trouble.
Yep.
And
they're going to be nearing the bonus here shortly. Double coverage here. They're going to call the foul early. Barely any contact, but they're going to call it there on number 12, Katrina Valencia. And it will not be a 1-and-1 quite yet. 42 seconds to go. Haverford up 1. Oh, both teams have 6 fouls, excuse me. So the next foul will be a 1-and-1. No call. Ryan Dotsie takes it herself. Swings at Molly Carpenter, top of the key, 35 seconds. No foul, no contact anywhere. They're just trying to get a steal. Haverford's offense not letting it happen. There will be the foul call.
That'll be the foul, yes.
That's what they wanted to do.
To put them in the bonus. Molly Carpenter heading to the line for some very, very important free throws.
Again, even if she makes both of these, it's still within 1 possession.
Yes, it's still a 1-possession game, even if she does make these.
And we've seen Bella Valencia make a clutch 3 at the buzzer at the end of the first half, and we saw her make one to take a lead.
Yes, Molly. There you go.
So Ford's up 2. So officially now,
Big free throw.
even if Carpenter misses this, Conestoga would need a 2 to tie. A 3 would win it. We'll see if Carpenter can make this, and the Fords will go up 3.
Clutch gene. Certified clutch gene.
30 seconds to go. I got to imagine this ball is going to be going to Bella Valencia here.
Fords have to clutch up. No threes.
Got to watch
no
Valencia here.
Threes.
Timeout.
Ford's defense cannot allow any 3-pointers. Nothing outside. Force them on the inside. Force them to take and make very tough, highly contested shots. Avoid fouls.
24 seconds to go, Trey. The band is loud. The fans are loud.
Cheerleaders are cheering.
What an environment here in Younger Gymnasium, Tree. And we are ready and excited and honored to be bringing these last 24 and a half seconds to you guys at home so you can truly experience the atmosphere that's been created within Haverford High School tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is quite the ball game we have here.
24 seconds. Conestoga's offense has the ball down 3. Again, Tree, I'll say it again. If I was them, I'm writing some sort of pick and roll, allowing Bella Valencia to be open at one of the elbows, even leaning towards the corner. Valencia has that clutch gene. We saw her do it earlier. She'll do it again. If I'm the coach of Conestoga, I'm writing a play to get Valencia an open 3-point shot. Again, you need that right now. A 2 does nothing. Layup does nothing.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm pretty sure the Fords are also very well aware of that. So I believe they'll stay very tight around the three-point line. They will not give up anything. Hopefully will not.
Looks like they're going to be running a man defense here for the final 23 seconds. Tree. We'll see what the Pioneers come up with. Valencia's on the ground, no call. She's got to get up. She's their main three-point shooter. Valencia's coming. Here we go. Right elbow, 12 seconds. Conestoga needs a three.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Back up top.
That's
the Pioneers three, and it's
Whoa,
good!
oh, my goodness!
Conestoga ties this game up. 4 seconds.
Oh, my goodness.
And they do it.
Oh, my goodness.
They do it.
No way that just happened.
They do it, Trey.
No way that just happened.
Conestoga has tied this
That is
game up.
ice cold. Ice cold. Ice cold.
They drew it up just as we said, Trey.
Oh, my goodness.
Conestoga needed an open three, and they got it, and they executed. It is a tie game with 3 seconds to go. Whistle was blown. They're going to be questioning if the inbound here, she stepped over the line before the whistle was blown. If so, it could give Conestoga an easy inbound, but I do not think they're going to get that call. Conestoga's coach wanted it. I don't think they'll get it. See, here we go. The coach is still questioning it. And they will. It'll be Haverford ball, just confirming with the officials. 3 seconds. Haverford's going to have one shot to make this happen in regulation. But, Trey, right now, it looks like we're going to overtime.
I'll be surprised if they make something happen here, to be honest.
Again,
But I have faith. I have faith. Before it happens, I say I have faith it'll happen.
last year's first game over at Conestoga High School. 3 overtimes. It took 3 overtimes for this game to have a winner, Tree. We're seeing something eerily similar to this right now, and all of a sudden 52 seconds are on the board. Scoreboard operator figured out how much time exactly to put.
They've adjusted the clock. They bumped it up from 3.1 seconds to 5.2 seconds. Still Ford's ball. And, geez, this is something here.
Trey, they're going to have 5 seconds. Coach is still going to argue that call about the inbound. But Coach Pelican called the timeout before the inbound happened. Sky Newman throwing the ball in. Eberhard here at the foul shot, the the free throw line. Carpenter half court. The Dotsie's way back. 5 seconds of counting.
3.
Eberhard's going to have
2,
something. She's going to drive in.
1. Oh, no.
No good. They had an open shot, Tree. They had an open shot.
That was close.
That's as close as it's going to get.
Yes.
Tree, we're going into overtime here at Younger Gymnasium. Oh, knotted up at 41. The Fords and the Pioneers. As we said, it was a competitive Central League matchup, and we were not wrong, and we are not disappointed. We will be back shortly for live coverage of overtime. Hello, all, and welcome back to overtime coverage of Haverford, Conestoga. Varsity girls basketball. The 4-minute overtime period starts here with the Fords winning the tip-off And the forwards starting the overtime with possession. Carpenter over left side. Newman is there. Right back up, Caroline Dotsie, top of the key, 3, no good.
Molly Carpenter with the offensive rebound.
Carpenter right back
She
up.
goes up. No good, though.
No foul call that she wanted. That was great defense by number 34. JD Preston again. She is one foul away from being fouled out, but she's back in the game. Coach of Conestoga said, we need our best players out there. We're going to put the best the best girls in, give them the best chance to win. Swinging it around here. Marissa Francione. With 3:12 to go, already 45 seconds gone in this overtime period. Ryan Jennings down low. Look at this matchup here. Matchup to watch. Ryan Dotsie and Ryan Jennings. Two underclassmen fighting it out, both in the paint. Ryan Dotsie gets nitty-gritty, going for the ball. Haverford possession.
Or no, a timeout was called. A timeout was called. Conestoga still has possession of the ball as both teams head to their benches and the coaches talk things over.
So it was a timeout call. Good call by the coach of Conestoga. Already a minute 10 gone in this overtime period, but still all tied up at 40-1. In case you're just now joining us, Conestoga hit a clutch three-pointer with about 5 seconds left in that second half to tie this game up. Haverford's really had a lead in this game almost the entire time. They were up as much as 12. It dwindled down to 7, 8. Back up to 10. All of a sudden it was 5. All of a sudden Conestoga was up 3. Haverford was back up. Molly Carpenter made 2 clutch foul shots at the end of that first half to put them up 3. Conestoga answered right back, tied the game up. Anaya Eberhardt had an open shot there as time was expiring in that fourth quarter, but nothing quite felt like Haverford wanted it to. It'll be Ryan Jennings passing the ball in. Right side caught there by number 12, Katrina Valencia. They have their original starting 5 in. Katrina Valencia up top of the key, over. Back still at the top of the key, JD Preston. Someone to watch out for. 2:35 to go, still 41-41. Francione hasn't done as much as last year in the same matchup, but she's still putting on a performance. Preston over to Valencia. Bella Valencia looking in, good pass, straight up and down, around the rim, rattle up and in. No good for Conestoga, still not up at 41. Eberhardt to Newman, Sky Newman crosses mid-court. Over to the right wing. Back up top of the key, Molly Carpenter, 2 minutes halfway through this overtime period. No score. Back to Eberhardt. Eberhardt, top of the key, 3, no good.
In and out.
That's the third one in a row there by both teams. In and out, just nothing falling. As they won it to 1:46 to go. Conestoga's offense. Francione passes. Left wing, driving in. Valencia over back to Francione. Francione jump shot from the foul line. Air
Nothing
ball.
but air.
She's looking around a little confused. Looks like she thought the ball was blocked or she wanted a foul call, but not going to get it. 1:33 to go. Molly Carpenter's going to pass this ball in. Sky Newman is there.
Minute 30 left in this yet scoreless overtime. And as the clock winds down, I think the first points of this overtime period will be probably the most important.
Yeah, whoever scores first in this overtime is going to have an advantage. And that's what the forwards are going to try to do here. They're going to have a minute 15. They can dwindle this clock down to 45 seconds, make a layup, force Conestoga to make something happen that isn't there. That's all you have to do. As we're nearing 1 full minute, Eberhardt takes the layup.
Easy layup! Easy layup! We make those!
58 seconds.
Forwards lead 43-41 with just about 50 seconds left on that nice and smooth lay by Anaya Eberhardt.
Conestoga's turn to do the same thing. 44 seconds of counting. No one's there. Pass to Valencia. Valencia back up top. Ryan Jennings.
Uh-oh.
No one's there. Back up top. Preston. 33 seconds. Preston driving in. Takes it herself.
Ooh,
Rattles
tough
in and
miss.
out. Ball is still loose. Conestoga grabs it. Pass up.
They
Timeout
called
call.
timeout.
Wow, Trey, this is a doozy.
I know.
That's called putting your body on the line to make a play. Good.
Good hustle there by
Hustle.
Conestoga.
Yeah,
Good
I have
hustle.
to give credit where credit is due.
Yes, that was
Props to Isabella Valencia, one of the most clutch players I've seen in this game.
putting your whole body and health on the line for the team, for the game. Good stuff.
Hear the band play a little bit. This place is rocking, Trey. This place is
Yep.
electric. And the timeout has ended. Coach of Conestoga drawing something up. Again, all you need is a 2 layup ties, a 3-point wins. Trey, if you're the coach here, are you drawing up something inside of the 3-point line to tie this game up? Or are you planning to go and take it right now? Again, we know they can make the 3-point shots. That's what led them, what propelled them to beat Garnet Valley. It's also what lost them the game over at Bishop Shanahan. It's what beat Westchester Henderson. Will it be what's going to beat the Fords tonight? Trey, if you're the coach, what are you doing?
I mean, at this point,
I feel like you just got to do whatever comes.
Yes.
You can't write anything up too well. Can't script anything. 20 seconds to go. You can write up a play, but you never know how
Been
this
in the
Fords
paint for quite
defense.
some time.
Never know how this Fords defense is going to react, even if you write up a play. 13
No threes
seconds.
is all I can tell you.
Stoga down 2,
Please
driving
not give
in.
up no threes.
Haverford
Ball goes the
ball.
other way. I said it goes the other way.
9 seconds to go. Haverford leads and has the ball. Conestoga's going to run a full court man defense here. Haverford calls a timeout. Haverford has the lead. Tree, this is looking like victory position for the Fords.
Defense wins games.
We will take a quick break here as we're nearing 9 seconds left in this competitive matchup. Nine seconds to go. Fords with the ball. Fords in victory position, 43-41. Conestoga is gonna run a full court, aggressive, tight man defense here.
And they just have to foul at this point. I mean, can't really hope for anything else. You have to foul.
Eberhardt's gonna pass this ball in. Look at this defense here by
You
Conestoga.
have to foul.
They get the ball to Carpenter. They will get the foul
They
called.
will get the foul call.
Only
I
1
almost thought that
second.
was a turnover there. Jesus.
Only 1 second taken off the clock here. 8 seconds. It'll send Carpenter to the line.
The line. Okay, these are some meaningful, and I mean meaningful free throws.
She makes both. Or again, it's still a 1-1, so it's imperative that she makes the first one. We'll see what Carpenter can do. Ford's up 2. 8 seconds to go.
If she nails both, I think that'll be game.
She missed
Oh, Lord.
the first one.
Okay.
Ford
But Carolyn,
getting the
little
rebound.
Dotsy.
The ball is out. Stays with the Fords. 5 seconds to
Little
go.
Dotsy gets boards. She gets boards.
3 seconds came off the clock there. 5 seconds still left on the clock. Conestoga trailing by 2. Straight up to Dotsie. Dotsie's up. No good. Ball is still in Ryan Dotsie has it. They're just going to hold the
And
ball.
that's game! I said it! That's game! 43-41. Final score, your Fords win.
Trey, what a nail biter to the finish. Caroline Dotsie had a shot. No good. Ryan Dotsie got her sister's board. held on to the ball. Conestoga could not foul in time. And that wraps it up at Younger Gymnasium. Haverford 43, Conestoga 41. And the Fords advance to 4-1, continuing their undefeated season.
This is beautiful. An absolute beautiful game has been played here by both teams. There always has to be a winner, but I cannot undermine the effort that Conestoga has put out here today.
Yeah, you got it.
Forcing overtime and being still an overtime victory of just 2 points. They were right there the whole time.
You got to credit Conestoga here. Again, a lot of these players, they have little to no depth on this team. A lot of these players played the entire JV game, lost that one too, came into this varsity game, fought hard till the end, but just fell short when they needed to come back. But the matter of fact is this team, they have a lot of potential. Yeah, their record, they're 2-2 now. 1-1 in Central League play. But their one win is against the defending Central League champs. So that's another matchup, Haverford Garnet Valley, that we can't wait to see.
Yep.
I mean, there's a lot that we could take away from that game. But bottom line is this Haverford offense, or the big question was, is this Haverford offense going to be able to continue to compete against a high-level defense?
Yes, I mean, I have faith, and I believe something that's just as equally important for the Fords, possibly even greater, is their defense and the very fact that they have kept Conestoga scoreless the entirety of overtime, not allowing them to get any points in this extra period. Just goes to show how phenomenal, there's no other word to put it, phenomenal the Fords are on defense.
Yeah, this Haverford team is something special. They have something special brewing here in the locker rooms of Haverford High School. We hear the band walking out.
Some sick drums there, sick drums.
Haverford Marching Band, big credit to them, always showing out to these games. Wow, I mean, that was just speechless, Tree. Left us speechless here.
That was some.
We'll have some post-game interviews shortly as the players got to take some time, recuperate, figure out what just happened, soak in the win. They're 4-0, Tree. That's a great team.
Yep.
So we will be back shortly, but that is a Haverford 43, Conestoga 41, Haverford victory.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with the post-game interviews as we promised. I'm joined here by Caroline Dotsey. Caroline, how you doing?
Good.
All right. So the question is, it was a well-fought game throughout the entire game. It's been close throughout the entire game. It's probably one of the closest games you've played all season. First time you were ever trailing at any point in the game this season, especially trailing that late in the fourth quarter. How do you keep your head as a leader and help keep everyone else on the team composed?
I have full confidence in every single one of the girls on the court. So in games like that where it's super close, I know that everyone on this team can pull through for us. And we saw that today, especially with a lot of our girls. Everyone was able to, even though there were like ugly parts of the game, everyone was able to pull through and fill their role on this team and do what they needed to do.
Yes, there were indeed a couple of stretches throughout the game where there were a lot of unnecessary travel calls per se, but still a well-fought game. And what does it mean to you being able to beat a team like Conestoga that's been giving you, the most work this season?
Yeah, they're definitely a really competitive team. Last year we really toughed it out with them too. It was the same kind of thing. I think we went into double overtime last year. But I'm glad as a team we were able to figure it out and pull through and just put the win away.
Thank you very much. Good game and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
My name is Connor Salveson. I'm now joined by Anaya Eberhardt. Anaya, this was one of the first times all season that you guys have trailed. How did that impact you personally, and how did that impact the team?
Personally, I knew that we hadn't played major competition this game. I knew it was going to come down to going back and forth, us being down, us being up. But all we had to do was just keep moving forward. It didn't matter if we were down, up. It was just just go for the win.
At the end of the second half there, at the end of regulation, Conestoga made the clutch three-pointer to tie this game up, and then you guys had 5 seconds. You guys got in a huddle. You took the last shot there at the end of regulation. Was that the plan all along, or is that something that just kind of came out of the woodworks when you saw how Conestoga's defense was lined up? Was that something that planned layup there for you to take at the end?
Yes, it was for them to press and then for Molly to screen for me and me just to go because we had 5 seconds. It was enough time to get up the court. But they stood back a little bit. It still worked, but they had played help defense. I wasn't able to finish the shot, but it was still the plan.
Now, obviously, you guys closed it out. You finished it. You guys are now 4-0. How does this huge overtime win against a very talented team help you guys and your momentum going forward in this season?
Hey, we live and we learn by this game. We had a pretty ugly start, but we were able to pull it together, and that shows how big it is in the beginning of the season, how far we can grow and continue to grow. As we did last season, we started off pretty good, and then we continued to grow and made it as far as states.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Anaya, and congrats again.
Thank you.
And just to wrap up here, the phenomenal overtime victory, Haverford over Conestoga, 43-41. Tree, just watching that game and then watching it as a broadcaster's perspective, how do you think that paramount of a victory impacts the momentum of the Ford season going forward?
I mean, being able to win against such a talented and well-vetted team, I think that's just an immense confidence boost for the Fords. That puts a lot of faith in the younger guys, too, who are playing varsity for maybe the first time and showing them that they can hang with some of the best teams in the Central League. That's just huge momentum boost and can only do good for the Fords.
Yeah, and obviously now if you're Conestoga, you're sitting at 2-2, 1-1 in the Central League. You fought against what arguably is a top 5 team in the district, but by far one of the best teams in the Central League. How do you move forward knowing that, yeah, you lost this as a close game, but you have a lot of talent, a lot of potential moving forward?
I mean, it's important to keep your head up. You know, losing is part of any sport, any game really. And, you know, you have to realize that you gave your all. You forced an overtime. You were trailing by 10 at one point only to lose in overtime by 2. I think that goes to show that you were definitely in it. You know, you guys are 2 evenly matched teams. So that means you're basically evenly matched, like you said earlier, with one of the best teams in the Central League. I think, you know, in this situation, there just had to be a loser, obviously, but, you know, I have faith in them.
If you're Conestoga, you have to know that how hard that you fought, and that you know that your record doesn't accurately represent how good of a team
Exactly.
So with that, Haverford moves on to 4-0, Conestoga 2-2 after a huge Fords 43-41 victory. My name is Connor Salveson, Tree Zudi, with Haverford Sports Media, signing off. Roll Fords.